Uh, what's up, everyone? Sean Cop Blackreath. Here today with my CD collection, part 3. This is my second time filming this because the first time, let's just say nature called. It was pretty ruthless. Too much information, I know. Before I get started, if you hear any noise in the background or anything, I have this cassette, Dark Ages, Chronicle of the Plague, playing in the background. It's very cool, medieval, ambient sort of stuff. But, yeah, and also before I begin, I want to thank you guys very much for your supporting comments about my mother and her sickness, wishing her well. It means a lot to me, guys. It really does. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for caring. That's just awesome. Now, let's continue. First CD, I got this when I got my very first guitar, a bass guitar from Walmart. Bought this the same day. Blindside, About a Burning Fire. I'm not a huge Blindside fan. I love their album Silence, and this is the one that came after that. And I was kind of let down by it, but there's a few good songs. Favorite one on here is the acoustic song, Roads. Check that shit out. Very good song. Next we have Bloodbath, The Fathomless Mastery, hardcover digibook. Bought this the week it came out, used for $5. Weird. I don't know what kind of idiot would trade this in, but it's very good. As I said, digibook. Yeah, almost every song on here is solid. Great album. My favorite, though, from them is their current album. The newest, Grand Morbid Funeral. Fucking phenomenal. The song Annie. I prefer Nick Holmes' voice over Michael's at this point. I think Nick really honed it in on that album and sounds fucking sick. Anyways, Blood Red Throne with Brutalitarian Regime, I think is how you say it. Great Norwegian straight up death metal put out by Severed Records. Shout out to Barrett, the owner, for giving me this. It's very awesome. Next, Blutas Nord. This is Memoria Vestu, Satyrian Poetry. I need to get the other 2 installments. I need to get more Blutas Nord in general. Great band, phenomenal album. No idea why this didn't make it into my top 10 of last year. I was an idiot when I made that list and excluded that for some fucked up reason. Anyways, moving on, Brand New Sin Tequila. Terrible, terrible album. The only song on here that's worth a shit is Reaper Man, which features Peter Steele from Typo Negative. Next, Breast Ripper. This is Depths of Inhuman Butchery. This is a great album from Will from Swine Overlord, and he was the guitarist in my old band Omnipresent for a while. And this is some nasty, brutal death metal. Definitely check this EP out. It's only 3 tracks. I believe he still has a few copies for sale, and I think Severed does as well, so definitely pick it up. It's a great, great EP. Next, Borknagar, Epic. Not a big fan of this album. It's pretty good. Yeah, not really much to say about Epic, but what I prefer more from the Epic and Origin series is I love Origin. This is the acoustic folk album that they did, and it is fucking fantastic. Favorite song from it is definitely Earth Imagery. And I also have Borknagar's latest album, Erd, and Erd, it's really fucking good, guys. Highly recommend you check it out. Just listen to the song The Earthling. Got ICS Vortex and Winter Sword, come on. Next we have an okay album at best. I think I got this for super cheap or free. I'm gonna give it another listen sometime soon, but Broken Hope with The Bowels of Repugnance. Okay, old school death metal at best with pretty terrible production. I absolutely hate the drum sound, but whatever. It's I don't even know why I bought that. I think I tried to use that to try to get into them, and I just can't do it. And we have Burning Witch with Crippled Lucifer, amazing sludge metal from Washington. So good. This is, I believe, most of their discography. It's Towers and Rift Canyon Dreams. This is such an insane album, and I got this, I think, for $5 from FYE. It has a super thick booklet, very black and nasty sounding sludge metal. God, I just love this album. If you ever see it, definitely pick it up and check it out. Next we have Bustum with Demonolosophy. Pretty good. Why did I make a fart sound in my mouth? Pretty good black metal. Only listened to it a couple times, but it's pretty decent for what it is. Got that for really cheap. And if I make any mistakes in this video, forgive me. It's 3:51 a.m. Moving on, hip-hop, Cage with Depart From Me. This is not my favorite album, even though it's the only one I have from him, sadly. He's definitely my favorite hip-hop artist, period. He's got some amazing songs. This album's pretty good. Favorite one is Beat Kids and Eating Its Way Out of Me. Some dark hip-hop. Definitely check out his newest album, Kill the Architect, and pretty much his whole discography, Movies for the Blind, Hell's Winter, Depart From Me is really good. I know a lot of people hate it, and why can't I think of Kill the Architect? The new one is just fucking fantastic. That's like one hip-hop album I would come very close to giving like a perfect 10 to. It is so good. Anyways, moving on. Candlemass with Death, Magic, Doom. Great album from a great band. I need to get more of them in my collection. Really solid stuff. If I Ever Die, Hammer of Doom, Bleeding Baroness. Just almost every song on here is great. Lots of memories of high school with that album. Anyways, moving on. Cannibal Corpse, Kill. Okay album. Murder Worship, Make Them Suffer, Time to Kill Is Now, Five Nails Through the Neck, Death Walking Terror. Pretty good album. Not my favorite from them by any means. But my favorite from them is Evisceration Plague. I know a lot of people will give me shit for that, but this is when Cannibal Corpse merged the perfect blend of classic sounding straight up death metal with like just absolutely phenomenal musicianship and songwriting compositions. Priests of Sodom, Scalding Hail, To Decompose, Evisceration Plague, Shatter Their Bones. That's probably my favorite Cannibal song. Very cool packaging with the DVD and CD. Just gotta fix that. So, yep. Very good album. That was the first Cannibal album I actually went out and bought. Not the first one I heard, though. Next we have Carcass with Eureka Putrefaction. This is the Pathologist Reports reissues that folds out like this with some really gory, nasty artwork with a bonus DVD. Then I have Symphonies of Sickness, same deal. Probably my favorite album from them. Necrotism, Discantling the Insalubrious. This is probably my second favorite album, and once again, huge digipack, and with bonus DVD. All these come with bonus DVDs, but this came with death cards of what's on the actual album cover, so that's really cool. But yeah, this is a fucking fantastic EP, and those also come with bonus tracks of the demos, and this has the Tools of the Trade EP as bonus tracks. Carcass with Heartwork. This comes actually with a third disc, which is the pre-Heartwork Par Street Demos, February 1993. Bonus disc, which is very cool to have. Don't really listen to it much, but it's nice just to have it. And then Carcass with Swan Song. I actually love this album. I know a lot of people hate it, but those people can gargle my nuts. I don't care. And all on the shelf together, it looks like a set of encyclopedias, which is cool. Moving on. Carnifex, Die Without Hope. This is one of the best deathcore albums to come out in years. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Favorite song on here is probably Dragged Into the Grave. Some gnarly shit. Johnny Cash, American 6 Ain't No Grave. I need to get more Johnny Cash in my collection. I am a pretty big country fan of like the older shit, and I feel like Johnny Cash's later material is some of the best stuff he ever did. It's so dark and it's religious, but in the sense of like, you better fear God and you better fear the devil, because the end is coming and God is gonna someday God is gonna cut you down, basically. I really like that sort of Book of Revelations, Old Testament type of theme that Johnny Cash kind of went for with his later albums. There's still some religious songs that are a bit like upbeat, but those albums are very dark sounding. I absolutely love him. He was a fucking genius in my opinion. Moving on to something completely different. Cattle Decapitation, Humanure. Shout out to my good friend Adam for sending me this. Very, very good album. I need more Cattle Decap in my collection, but that's all I got. Cell Dweller, self-titled debut. Pretty good, like, industrial rock sort of stuff. I used to love this back in the day when this came out in 2003, but, no, I don't really play it. Maybe once a year I'll put it on and just skip around and listen to a few tracks here and there, like, Switchbacks, Stay With Me. Fade Away is definitely my favorite from here. Own Little World. One Good Reason, but that's about it. Celestia, this is Frigidus Apostathia, or I don't know if that's going to show up. There you go. That. Pretty good album. Found that in Long Island really cheap. Haven't played it that much. I probably will give it a spin sometime soon again. Cerebral Engorgement with Gastrointestinal Bleeding. Some of the nastiest, brutal death slam shit I've heard in a very long time. Definitely check that out. Celtic Frost, Parched with Thirst, Am I Dying. 1984 to 1992. This is a very good compilation. Some of my favorite songs on here are Return to the Eve, Triste's Dead Loon, the Usurper, obviously, it's a re-recorded version, Circle of the Tyrants, and the Chapel in the Moonlight, I Won't Dance, In the Name of My Bride. Just a very, very solid compilation, but it does feature Cherry Orchards. This needs no introduction for me. Celtic Frost, monotheist, I'm all I'm saying. And then we also have, in memory of Celtic Frost, this is out of order for some reason. This should be before Monotheist. It's a tribute to Celtic Frost with bands Morgan, Enslaved, Slaughter, Mayhem, Inner Thought, Sadistic Intent, Cyanide, Divine Eve, Grave, Apollyon Sun, which is weird because that's Tom G. Warrior's other band. For some reason this got moved around. Don't know how that happened. Let me just fix that. Alright, anyways, because I gotta make the L show in Lucifer. Opeth, Close Down, Emperor, and 13. My favorite cover on here is probably either the Morgan one of Innocence and Wrath with the Usurper, and Opeth's Circle of the Tyrants, and Enslaved's Procreation of the Wicked is awesome. Anyways, moving on, Concubio Nocte with something I can't pronounce. Don't know if that's going to show up well. This is some great Nocturnal Mortem style Black metal. I want to say these guys are from... I don't know. I'm not getting that wrong like I did the first time I showed this CD in a collection update. Amazing, amazing album. I know a lot of places have this for cheap. I'm pretty sure Binder and Recordings actually has it in the distro. Go on there, just look down through C, and if you see this album cover, buy it. Take my word on it. If you like Nocturnal Mortem, you will love this. Great stuff. Got some death grind. This is Circle of Dead Children with sounds of the Grand Destroyer. Fantastic, fantastic death grind album. Some very, very gnarly shit put out by Willow Tip Records. Love that. This is a local band, Circle the Suffering, and this is their EP Premonitions, metalcore if you like Killswitch Engage, and All That Remains, you'll dig them. I bought this to show support to them because they're very good dudes, and they are definitely worthy of your support. Check them out. And then the last ones, I've showed most of these pretty recently, so I'm going to fly through them. Cradle of Filth with Vampire, Dark Fairy Tales, and Palestine. Fantastic, fantastic EP. Cradle of Filth, Cruelty, and the Beast. This says it's a special limited edition with a bonus CD. So, yeah, another excellent album. Mediocre album at best. Amphetamine from Cradle of Filth. Godspeed on the Devil's Thunder, which is alright. Cradle of Filth, Darkly Darkly, Venus at Versa, special digipack, 2 CDs. Bought this used for $5. Probably like 3 years ago. I actually bought that the same day as the newest All Shall Perish came out. And Cradle of Filth, Hammer of the Witches, as I said, fantastic album, my last update. So there it is, CD Collection Part 3 is in the bag. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for subscribing, and as always, keep it metal.